would have to be one of Australia's best kept underwater secrets, but like a lot of things that are amazing, sometimes you got to work for it.
On this episode, my search for Australia's most extraordinary ocean adventures leads me to a magical underwater world.
That is an aquarium like no other.
Finds me racing dolphins.
You look right into their eyes. It's truly extraordinary.
And brings me face to face with some gentle giants.
Unbelievable. You're no longer whale watching. They are human watching.
I'm 5 hours north of Sydney in the sleepy town of Southwest Rocks, where there's a bakery, a pub, a lighthouse, and even a historic old jail. But no obvious signs of an aquarium. But believe me, there is one here.
So we're talking about hundreds of different types of fish, rays, turtles, even sharks up to twice my size. But this isn't any ordinary aquarium. You see, for starters, there's no queue because I'm going to jump it with this guy.
Peter from Southwest Rocks Dive Centre is my guide to one of Australia's best kept secrets.
So we're going to a place called Fish Rock.
So instead of just visiting the aquarium, we're actually going into it and being part of it.
That's right. This is nature's aquarium. At Fish Rock, we have a current that comes down and makes like a sheet of glass in the water. So it's very much like a real aquarium, but the current allows the fish like a resting area inside behind the rock.
Wow.
We're going to have fish all around us today.
Essentially, all the fish and all the different species that are there, they're there because they want to be there. And it's offering them something unique.
It is. The fish are here, they live here their whole lives. We see fish grow up. We've had clownfish live here for over 10 years, the same two clownfish.
Are they okay with visitors?
They actually come right up to you. They like seeing us as well as we like seeing them.
So we're going to see sharks?
Could be up to 50 sharks today.
50 sharks?
Right up close to you.
Are they going to like what they see?
I hope so.
So do I.
Yeah, I think they will be.
So no walls, no tanks. This is as natural as it
The only
gets.
tank we're going to have today is a scuba tank on our back.
Very good.
To get to this tiny little island, we're heading 3 k's offshore. And like all best kept secrets, there's a reason why it's a secret.
So this is the point where you tell me we're actually going to swim through that.
We're going straight through the middle. We are. We're going to start down here at the deep end at 22 metres.
Yeah.
We're going to come in up a chimney and then eventually meet the sharks here at the shallow end of the cave.
How long is that cave?
It's about 125 metres.
So for 125 metres, we are going underneath rock.
We are.
It's a bad time for an earthquake.
Yeah, it is.
To get to the aquarium, which is a naturally lit cavern at the other end, we're going to swim 125 metres in the dark, from one end to the other.
It'll get your heart pumping.
Wow. I mean, I've dived before, but I've never dived through a cave before, and I've never dived through a cave with sharks before.
Yeah. No, this is going to be quite an experience for you.
Suit up.
That's it.
Now, the last time I dived with sharks, I was in a cage. This time, we're all in a cave. I'm sure it's going to be worth it just to get to that aquarium.
"24 metres down, and we're met by the welcoming committee.
This is like something out of a James Bond movie. The opening the cave, guarded by fish and sharks. But I think it's time to go in.
entering the cave is as thrilling as it is scary. It's dark, it's narrow, but it's teeming with fish like I have never seen before. After around 10 minutes, the tunnel becomes lighter and all of a sudden, you're there.
Now you know when you're here, if you can look around, that is the aquarium.
And it's chock-a-block full of those sharks Peter promised me.
Look at this. Just incredible.
These are grey nurse sharks. And even though they look like they could tear an arm off, they're actually quite harmless. And here at Fish Rock, it's easy to forget that they're officially endangered. Peter tells me the water is a few degrees warmer in here, and the ocean current sweeps nutrients through the cave, creating a unique ecosystem for a dazzling array of fish. From beautiful stingrays to wobbegong sharks and jellyfish, this really is something to behold. But after 20 minutes in the aquarium, the air gauge says my time is up.
It's incredible, you know. Sometimes in order to have an out-of-this-world experience, you have to head underwater and underground, but it is worth it. That is an aquarium like no other. An aquarium where sometimes it feels like us humans, we're the main attraction.
Port Stephens, the perfect Aussie holiday destination. For my next underwater adventure, I've driven 2.5 hours north of Sydney to the dolphin capital of Australia. And I've made a discovery that will help me swim as fast as a flipper. It's Dolphin Swim Australia with dive master Andrew in charge. And marine biologist Paige as my guide.
What we're doing right now as we come out of the heads is we're actually scanning the horizon to actually spot the dolphins. We really try to look for a lot of birds working, and that indicates to us there could be a feeding event going on. Now, dolphins are very social mammals to begin with. When it comes to a feeding event, they all work together to try and round up the fish, and they'll kind of push them up. That will attract the birds in the area. It's like a free meal for them.
You're actually using the birds.
Yeah,
the birds
we
are working
do.
for you, and you're working
exactly.
for us.
Finding the dolphins is apparently the easy part. Keeping them interested, that takes technique.
You sing to them. You sing to it under the water.
You sing to them.
Yep, so you have your snorkel in your mouth, but you kind of just make some noises just under the water, and they love it. They'll sing back. They're completely social animals. They are constantly communicating with each other using biosonar, clicking, singing towards each other. That's how they communicate.
And if your singing's not good enough, do they hang around?
I pull you out. No, I'm just kidding.
There's so much expectation.
And contact.
Oh, okay, we got dolphins at 11 o'clock. Woo!
There's a buzz of excitement because we spotted dolphins. Yeah!
Woo! Woo!
This is what you do when you see dolphins. You get involved.
And before too long, they're here riding the bow wave. It's a sure sign they want to play.
Okay, so we've got a couple of males just down here swimming around, giving all the indications that they're going to be happy for us to enter into their world. So, time to get the wetty on.
Yeah, time to get the wetty on. Get suited up.
Wetsuit up.
We have 3 right now, 3 adults.
They're very tactile.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can pick these guys up here.
Gotcha.
Here they come.
Ready to go?
Give it a beat.
We're about to find out why this is the best wild dolphin encounter you can experience.
I'm about to join an exclusive club where a high-pitched voice, a love of surfing and fish breath are pretty much part of the course. Let's do it.
Before getting into the water, we've attached ourselves to a tow rope at the front of the boat.
Good. 1, 2, 3.
I know you've been a big fish. Pump up the value.
Let's go, let's go.
Andrew increases speed to keep up with the pod, and we experience the thrill of a lifetime.
I'm gonna give some more love. Those amazing things when they come up underneath you. They have a really good look, stare right into your eyes, question that singing, but then go back to their business. It's amazing.
These are short-beaked common dolphins. They're the fastest of the small dolphins, and they travel in small groups of up to 10. But they've also been seen in massive numbers estimated to be in the thousands.
Not only can you feel the water rushing past you, you can actually hear the dolphins making their little calls, and they bring the family over and you look right into their eyes. It's truly extraordinary.
You can actually hear them communicating with each other with noises that sound like whistles and chirps. And I'm ready to give one more masterpiece to see if I can attract more of my flipper friends.
Here we go. Look at this.
And somehow it's worked. Suddenly there are hundreds of speedy dolphins all around us.
That's bringing them around, mate.
This is unbelievable.
Wow.
There are hundreds of them in here, guys. Wow. Oh my gosh.
They are now here on absolute mass. Clearly either the singing's attracting them or they're here to tell us to shut the hell up. That's something else. Everyone knows that almost spiritual connection you get when you see dolphins in the water, but to actually be in the water with them, doing what they do in their world is something else.
As well as giving thrill seekers like me the ride of our lives, there is a serious side to Dolphin Swim Australia.
Yeah?
What is with the photos?
Okay, well, I'm taking fin identification photos. So on board, we do a lot of research. Each dorsal fin of the dolphin are completely different. They have different shapes, different shading, and some of them even have scars or notches.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a human fingerprint. They're all completely different. So we really want to get a good idea of what dolphins are out here, their populations are increasing or decreasing, and just kind of make people more aware of what they're doing in this area as well.
I'd kind of like to know what they really think of my singing.
You were rocking it. I heard you there.
Really?
Woo, 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 woo. More of a siren. They could put you on a fire truck. Yeah. Attract attention.
Such a compliment.
Swimming with these incredible creatures at their speed makes you feel like you are one of them. It's such an exhilarating feeling and an extraordinary way to look at dolphins in the wild. But now I'm being tempted by an even bigger catch. A little over 280 clicks north of Brisbane is Harvey Bay. Holiday heaven one day, whale watching paradise the next. Well, from July to October anyway. They say there's a first time for everything. Well, if I play my cards right, I could be one of the first people in Australia to get up close and personal with something 400 times my size. It takes 5 months for a whale to migrate from Antarctica up to the tropics and then back again. But in that entire time, they only rest for about 2 or 3 days. But that rest takes place right here. And guiding me around this humpback heaven is Peter Lynch from Blue Dolphin Tours.
So Harvey Bay is basically like the whales' holiday destination, the only time in their whole migration where they can stop and rest and
That's
relax.
right. Well, we hope so. We like to think that they come in here because it's a beautiful place to visit, and you'll see that for yourself today.
Now, I hear a rumour on your tours, you don't just whale watch, you can actually get a little bit closer.
Absolutely. Again, depending on what the whales are up to, we may get to experience a whale really up close and personal, where you can look a whale in the eye.
Now, that's tantalising. But like most wildlife watching experiences, you need to be patient.
What should we be looking for here when we're trying to spot these whales?
A breath, a back, or a splash. They're the 3 key things we're looking for in our efforts to find the whales today.
I'm told there's up to 17,000 whales out there. But sometimes even the 5th largest creature on Earth can be hard to find.
So the search is on. The golden rule here is to expect the unexpected. It's kind of like looking for a needle in a haystack, only here the needle weighs about the same as 8 African elephants. So maybe that analogy doesn't work at all. But what we're looking for here are any splashes, any ripples in the water, maybe a blow from the blowhole, or if we're really lucky, a big tail slapping out of the water. Right over here now. Just after waiting all this time, all of a sudden, we think there are some about 50 metres away from the boat, but in the distance, there is one slapping its fin in the water as if to say, come on, guys, come over and see me.
Like us, whales are naturally inquisitive creatures, and if they think we're the most interesting thing around, they may even come closer.
That's a little flyby now, so skirting around the outside of the boat here, you may now come back and have a closer look.
With a bit of luck, I may just get that eyeball-to-eyeball encounter I'm hanging out for. Or maybe not.
And as quickly as it appears, it's gone, and there's absolute silence. But this is the whole joy and pain of whale watching. You get a big show for a couple of seconds, and then it can all go quiet.
As it did with the dolphins, maybe a little singing will help.
Sorry.
And, well, I wouldn't like to take full credit, but they are back.
Look at that. That is about 40 tonnes of whale resting and playing and... We've got 3 whales in here right now, slapping their pet fins down. Now, you can only assume they're trying to communicate with each other by messaging with that massive fin that can weigh up to a tonne. Oh, it's a pretty clear message. Can you hear that? There's obviously a funny little interplay going on. It may be one female with 2 younger males, and they're just trying to sort each other out. And this is an area where they can really socialise and learn a lot about each other's behaviour. They're now only about 30 metres away, but the interesting thing is it's now only 2 males. The female has disappeared. You may be looking at the signs of a rejected whale. These 2 males are almost now doing a bit of a dance with each other. The female's disappeared, but these 2 have decided that right now mateship's the most important thing. Can you hear that? So now, actually approaching us.
Now is the best chance I'll have to see the whales underwater, eye to eye.
The idea is we find a whale, we anchor, say about 100 metres away from it, and see if it then wants to come close. If that happens, then we get magic.
And this whale is making a beeline for the platform at the back of the boat.
Okay, down under the boat, Chris, right behind us. Coming around.
Wow. Look at the size. Oh. Unbelievable. Look at that big white belly. We're talking about 10 to 15 metres of whale right here in front of us. 30 or 40 tonnes of weight. Now going underneath the boat, actually smell that breath. It's not great.
What an incredible experience.
It's going to be loud.
But dipping my toes in the ocean isn't going to cut it. So I'm going to get wet.
Here you go, Chris.
Over here.
Unbelievable. For a time there, all your eyes can see, they just whale, it just fills your sight, and you realise that suddenly you're no longer whale watching, they are human watching.